Howdy folks, today we are looking at the Lvpin LP-2020A+. This is the last of the Lepy, Lepai, Lvpin, etc., 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 that all sound and look the same and are all ripoffs of the Parts Express. Lepai is actually the original. This one, according to my earlier testing, is almost identical to the original Lepai LP-2020. I've already pulled the front screws out of this one because they were held in with something better than Loctite. By the time I got them out, the threads had all kinds of aluminum ripped out of the casing in them, so that's kind of fun. The power switch is also upside down, which is kind of fun. 0 is indeed off, but on is down. This one has been in regular service upstairs in the gym for a while, and it'll go back there once I'm done shooting this video, so hopefully I don't burn it out. So yeah, let's tear this guy open, and we'll run some tests, and we'll see how it does. Alright, so as always, we do have to compare it with its namesake. Looks pretty similar. The traces look identical, other than, you know, the board being green versus red. No, the traces aren't quite the same. You can see some real subtle differences right around in here. You can see the spacing between the middle tracks here is different than the spacing between the middle tracks there. So, very, very similar, but it does look like it was relayed out. But definitely a real tripath chip there. And it's got about the same heatsink. Looks like it's got the output relays are bundled into a single package. Or I'm not sure, are those output relays or input over voltage relays? Not really sure. Anyway, the relay package, this has got them in one instead of two. Bigger capacitor, bigger choke. Not sure if that actually means better, but we'll find out. Let's see, what else is going on here? Yeah, the LEDs look like they're managed about the same. Same pots for everything up front. And looks like we've got opposite alignment for the inputs there. We'll have to check and see if left is really left or if left is right, being that the traces look very, very similar, and so this one might be backwards on the input, so we'll check that out. All right, let's get things wired up and see how it looks. Off the hop here, 0.13 at rest. Seems like it might be a little high. Let's see, wakey. Oh, sad. Interesting. This thing sat for like 3 weeks and stayed charged, and now it's discharged over a day. So, wonder if leaving the amp up killed it. Well, I guess we will run off and charge that, and we will be right back. And by the magic of YouTube, we are back in business. So, let's just check out if right is right and left is left. Let's start there. So, we're just going to put the output on the right. Kick that on. That's the left, which is coming out of the right. And that's the right, which is coming out of the left. Okay. So that tells us our inputs are reversed. So red is actually or sorry, the right is actually the white one on the bottom, and left is the red one on top. Let's see. Yeah, just make sure here. Yeah, right is going over there. Just wanted to make sure they hadn't swapped the speaker labeling on the back. All right, so now I'll speed things up while we go through the regular routine here of checking the different voltages across 40 and 1 kilohertz. Okay, the data definitely didn't come out like I was expecting. Anywhere close. So let's compare with the original. All right, so 12 volts. We've got let's see. No, I guess it did do better than the original. Let's see, the original we've got 69.8 for 1% at 40, so we got 72. But 112 at 1% versus 100, that's pretty sad. And if we look up at the V3 from last time, the V3 was better on both. Let's see, and as we, there are two 12 volts here because I forgot to turn up the volume on the signal generator here. And on everything else, I've done it with the volume maxed out on the headphone jack, and I just wanted to make sure I was consistent there. But yeah, you can see I don't know, the numbers are a little bit interesting here. But okay, let's look at the 2020, the Kinter, and do the comparison here. Yeah, we're looking at 100 compared to 112, 72 compared to 73. It doesn't really compare to the Kinter. It's of course not going to compare to the 2051. How does it do with the TI? TI is the same, 73, a little bit better than 112. So yeah, really, it does compare with the original 2020A Plus from Lepy. Should probably mark that out, being that they've got the exact same model number. But it doesn't look like it really compares with any of the others that have slightly better specs. Now, the interesting part of this is that this one sounds quite good. I've had it hooked up to a set of Infinity Reference 4s upstairs for the last couple of years or so, and it is quite good on the musicality front. So, but then again, so is the original 2020A Plus from Lepy. So the big thing that this tells me is, you know, getting the metrics perfect here isn't necessarily the only thing that matters. So as we're wrapping up this series, I may have to figure out a way to start doing listening tests or something like that, comparing them with a little more musicality. I might do frequency sweeps or something like that as well. Play with that sort of thing, but I don't know. That doesn't sound as fun as doing musicality testing. So we'll figure out what we're going to play with next. But There's one more in this series that I want to do. Let's see if I've got it sitting over here. Yeah, we'll do this guy next time around. Dusty from living on the shelf as well. It's a little bit different. You can see that the hardware is a little different. The switching is a little bit different. It's got an input in the front, microphone in the back. Yeah, but by and large, it's still the same piece of kit here. But it's this thing has very different guts. I don't even know yet what the chips are inside. We'll get into that next time around. But yeah, this one's going to be a little bit of a added bonus that we'll cover next time, of the one real outlier in this family that is made by another brand that folks have heard of. So yeah, I think that will do for today. And as always, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.